2014 Jeep Compass, brake pads and rotors replacement. It should be eligible. Should be the same procedure for Jeep Patriot. Remove the brake cap. Have a jack to raise the vehicle. Jack stand to let the vehicle support it safely. You need to remove the wheel. So you may need a power tool, but you don't have to have a power tool. Just a wrench for the lug nuts. It's good enough. C-clamp is a mandatory to compress the caliper pistons. We're gonna go ahead and remove those lug nuts. So these are 19s or 3/4. Okay, the vehicle is raised with the jack. The front tire is slightly off the ground. Once you remove the wheel, you're gonna steer the wheel outward, and we are going to remove the bottom bolts, bottom caliper bolt, raise the caliper, replace the pads, lower the caliper again, and secure that bolt. After that, we are going to remove the caliper bolt. This is caliper bracket and this is caliper bolt. We are going to remove both of them, support it with our seat belt, and then remove the rotors. We don't have bolts on the rotors, so that should be pretty easy. Once we reinstall the rotors, we're gonna put the whole caliper back, and it should be good for this wheel. In order to compress the piston, you can use your old brake pads and just put it right there and push against them, or you can just have the piston the C-clamp go all the way in and just compress the caliper like this. And while you do that, just make sure that the fluid at the top doesn't spill out, and you should be good. Now we have it compressed all the way. We are just going to lower it, and then we are going to reinstall our caliper bolt. Ideally, it's better to grease this bolt before you put it in. I'm not gonna do it, but I told you what you gotta do. I'll put it all the way, and then start threading by hand, and then finish it with the ratchet and socket, 14mm bolt. So you remove them with some 18 really, but I use my 19mm and my impact to remove them. I couldn't find 18, you know how it goes. Whatever you need, you never find. So one of the caliper bolt, and the second one at the bottom. Right, since I only have one hand, I'm going to support my caliper on the strut like so. Another good and easy way to do it, if you have a long hose, is to just sit a bucket over there and just lay your caliper on top of the bucket. That's way easier than having to tie this to the strut and everything. As you can see, the caliper is now almost free. I did not have to tap it, and our caliper is out. If you have something to clean, you can clean the rust out of here. If you're aiming for perfection, that's what you should do. Clean it before you install the other rotor. And this is my rotors out. And I'm going to install the new rotor. Thing you may want to know, I want to point out, brake rotors usually comes with oil on them, so you want to clean that with a brake cleaner. So upon cleaning the rotors, I installed them, and you can tell this brake rotor fits a lot of cars because you have holes for screws to hold to the caliper. It will be helpful to know which vehicles it fits, just in case you don't use them, so you can resell them. And now our brake caliper had come back down, threading by hands, just a little bit to make sure that it goes in smoothly, and do the same on the top. And then you can finish it with a ratchet socket or a power tool. Okay, so now everything is installed. As you can see, my bolts got rounded a little bit, so this means that at my next brake job I should replace this, because I was using a 19 instead of an 18. But this completes the procedure. You will do the same thing on the other side. Upon reinstalling everything, you will depress the brake pedal a couple of times until it becomes hard again, and then you should be good.